All right, everyone. I'd like to welcome back for second time to the Rowdy Maglite Show, Natalie Decker, driver for Venturini Motorsports. Welcome back, Natalie.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Natalie, we've enjoyed watching you racing that Venturini Motorsports car, and we were lucky enough 2 weeks ago to have David Lanier on, and he had all nothing but praise about you, Natalie.
Yeah, I have so much fun with the Venturini team, and I'm so excited to get back with them and go to Kansas.
Well, that's race number 20 for ARCA. That's kind of sad for us to see. We've went through 19 and enjoyed them. Natalie, how many races have you actually raced in ARCA this year?
I just went to Kentucky. That was my 6th race, so Kansas will be my 7th.
So you've got 7 when the season's over. Natalie, I tell you, everybody's following you. You're doing good, and you're bringing the car home in one piece, and that means a lot.
Yeah, that's usually the goal, when you go racing that weekend. For the whole time I was racing with Venturini, my goal just has been to get a top 10 and bring the car home in one piece.
Well, you've done that, dear, and the Kentucky race just kind of jumped up on you real quick.
Yeah, it did. It was kind of a surprise. I just got done racing my super late model at Toledo, and I got a call from Venturini saying they had the seat open in the 55 and would like me to drive it. And I was like, yeah, of course. I would love to do that because it was kind of a good test to go to Kansas then because I've never been on a 1.5 miles before.
Well, Natalie, I'm going to throw you over to Mark. Mark, you're live with Natalie Decker.
Thanks, Rowdy. Welcome back, Natalie. We get to see you at the tracks quite a bit besides the ARCA races, so I have a feeling I know where you're going to be this weekend. Can you be in West Salem, Wisconsin?
Am I going to be in West Salem?
Are you going to be at Oktoberfest?
Yes, I will be there, but I will not be racing, sadly.
Oh, how come?
We do not have a crew ready for lacrosse, and the car is not ready to go. So we will not be racing. I'm really sad, but I'll still be there. I'll be supporting everyone and hanging out for the whole weekend.
Well, I know you're going to have a good time regardless. I'm sorry you're not racing, and I'm sorry we're not going to be able to make Oktoberfest because we're going to be heading south to Winchester, and I wish the promoters would get together because I enjoy both those races so much, and maybe we'll get to see you next year at Winchester in Venturini car.
Yeah, maybe. That would be really cool. I went to Winchester when I was probably a freshman in high school, I think. So when I first went there, I definitely wanted to come back and race there, and I haven't been back since. And I would love to be there with Venturini. That would be great.
Well, this sponsorship together, how long have you had them, and are they going to be with you next year also, helping you support your racing?
N29 came on board this year with Venturini Motorsports when I did that deal. And, yeah, we're still working on stuff for next year with N29, and hopefully something really good comes up soon.
Well, we're hoping something coming up good because there's a need for good racers, be it male or female, and you're a pretty good racer. So and you're a very marketable personality. So we wish you the best of luck with that, Natalie.
Thank you.
And I think I'm going to turn you over to Jeff. Jeff, what do you got for Natalie? Thanks for being on the show. We'll talk with you at the racetrack soon, Natalie.
Thank you for having me.
Take
Hi,
her
Natalie.
away,
How
Jeff.
you doing? How you doing, Natalie? Thanks
Hi.
for being on the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you have any plans for next year yet, or is there anything set in stone yet? for you?
Nothing's set in stone yet. We're still working really hard for next year, and hopefully I can announce soon what I'll be doing and figure it all out.
Now your runs in the ARCA series, you seem to be progressively getting, your finishes seem to be getting better and better. Do you think you might contribute that to the getting more comfortable with the cars?
Yeah, getting more comfortable with the cars and even the tracks. All the tracks I've been to have been new to me. Like Pocono, that was the biggest racetrack I've been on. And then I have never been to 1.5 miles before at Kentucky. That was my first time doing that. Also, I went to Road America. That was my first road course I did. So it's a new car, new team, new racetrack, and it's just getting used to all of it.
All right. So what's your plans for the rest of the year? Do you have anything, or are you basically done for the year besides the ARCA race in Kansas?
Yeah, I have that Kansas race, and then who knows, maybe I'll be able to go race my super late down south somewhere, maybe in Florida. I would love to do that, and probably after the race in Kansas, I'll work on something to see if I can go do that.
Any chance you think you might make it to the Snowball Derby? Is that what you're talking about in the South?
Ooh, I don't know if I'll do the Snowball Derby. Maybe I'll come watch. But who knows? Maybe. You never know. Never say never.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for being on the show, and I'm going to turn you back over to Rowdy now.
Okay, thank you.
I learned a long time ago, Natalie, never say never, because it'll come back to grab you by the hair of the head. We'd love to see you at the Snowball Derby. Natalie, will you take one call? I got a caller here.
Okay, yeah.
All right, this is Nick Hearn. Hey, Nick, you're live with Natalie Decker.
Hey, guys. Hey, Natalie. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. So I have a few rapid-fire questions. Some racing-related, some just goofy and silly. You down to do some rapid-fire?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So I'm a big fan of yours. I follow you on social media, Snapchat, Instagram. I think you do have a very bright personality. I'm very optimistic about your career. I think it's not going to be a matter of if, but a matter of when you'll get to the Cup Series. So some of these questions was with the idea of you getting to the Cup Series. So my first question is, what's your favorite type of track to race on?
My favorite type of track, short tracks. Anything smaller than 1 mile, I love. But I'm going to learn to love the 1.5 miles. So my favorite, definitely short tracks.
Okay. Now, when you do make it to the Cup Series, is there a particular track that you're anxious to race on?
Bristol.
Like it.
When you do make it to the Cup Series, what would be your desired number to run?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've never even thought of what number I would love to be. Whatever number. I just want to be in a fast car.
That's a good enough answer. I got a few more questions here. Do you favor more the left Twix or the right Twix?
Left, because I turn left.
I figured that'd be the answer. Now, makeup on a boyfriend, how often does that happen? Is that like a once a week thing, once a month thing? How often does that happen?
It was a one-time thing. One time.
When I saw that, I was dying laughing. I thought that was pretty funny. And then, now this last question you might have to put a little bit of thought into. It's a tough question, I think, but would I be able to get the follow from Natalie Decker on Instagram?
Yes, you will be able to get the follow.
Sweet. And I'm down here in Florida, so if you come down to Florida, at least let me know where you're racing. I'll probably show up. I'm not far from Citrus Speedway, which I don't know if you know where that track is, but it's become more and more popular here lately. They've been doing a couple of big late model races and stuff like that. But yeah, if you ever come down to Florida, I'm sure you'll post it.
Your Instagram name real quick. Like, what's your
All right,
Instagram
so it's
name?
really easy. It's BURD Man 14. Birdman 14.
BURDMAN 14.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I just
Awesome.
hit the follow button. I just requested it. So better accept.
Okay, definitely will. I appreciate you participating in my rapid fire questions. I hope they weren't too hard on you.
They were fun. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
Nick.
luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
Nick. Good hearing from you, too.
And
Yeah, y'all
Natalie,
have a good one. I appreciate it.
thank you, Nick. Natalie, he is a proud father of Holly Mae, and I think Holly Mae is just over 2 months old, and she's already watching racing.
Yes,
that is so awesome.
Holly Mae, she's just over 3 months. She just went to her first race last weekend, saw a 100-lap late model race, and loved every minute of it. She cried when the cars weren't on the track, and yeah, we had the Xfinity race on this weekend, and she was just stuck and glued to the TV, which is pretty awesome. So she'll be at Talladega. She'll be at Talladega in May, and who knows, she might make it out there to the ARCA race in February at Daytona.
Sounds good, Nick.
But,
I can't wait
fellas,
to see
you
it.
all have a good one. Natalie, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Natalie,
Bye-bye.
you know, that's one thing, you know, it's with Nick's daughter, my granddaughter, she's 11, and her goal is to be a softball pitcher. She's at pitching practice tonight. You know, ladies, girls don't have very few role models, Natalie. And that's one thing, you know, I say thank you for being a role model to the ladies, the young girls. And Mark and Jeff and I have had the privilege to help put together and organize. Actually, we did it at Toledo and did it at Nashville, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And the amazing thing of that little experiment there, there was more ladies and girls at the track than there was guys and boys coming to the race. And that's what we come away. More ladies and women are interested in racing today than the guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow.
So, Natalie, you want to talk a few minutes, just talk about your sponsors and tell everybody where we can follow you on social media.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, just at Natalie Decker, and Twitter is at Natalie Racing, and I also have a fan Facebook page that you can follow. My Snapchat is Natalie04, and my sponsor for this year that I was racing ARCA is N29, and they have helped me so much with getting involved with the ARCA series and even back home racing my super late. And then with working with Venturini, I wouldn't pick any other team. I love them so much. They're the best team out there. And racing with them and TRD, I just can't be, like, so happy that I got put with Venturini and N29. It is, like, the best combination. And I can't thank my parents enough for supporting me throughout this whole journey.
Well, Natalie, Venturini Motorsports was a great pick. They're a great group of people. They've helped us every way that we've asked, you know, as having guests on and offering any other kind of help. And Big Bill and his group, Tommy, they're all big on you. You got their support. And, Natalie, we're looking forward to having you on several more times, and hopefully we'll get something going, talk about when you keep us informed when you go south. Natalie, keep us informed.
Yeah,
I
hope I can go south. That would be great for a few races at the end of the year. You know, once it starts snowing in Wisconsin, we can't really race the super late anymore up here.
Oh, well, there's that one late race that Halloween at the Dells. Are you going to be there?
I don't know. I'll have to talk with my my parents and N29 and see what they want to do after Kansas.
Well, hopefully I'll get to see you in the Dells because that's where my family's from, and we're going up for the race that weekend. So if you're racing or not, I'm sure you'll be around and we'll say hello.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Natalie. And are you ready for your first win with Venturini Motorsports? You know what the tradition is, don't you?
Yes, get kissed by Big Bill. I'm so ready.
Well, I wonder if it's going to be Big Bill's going to be different for him besides kissing a guy. So it'll be a nice change of pace for him, I bet.
Hey, he smiles whether you're a guy or a female. He's still smiling, so all the guys cringe about it. Yeah, he is. Thank you, Natalie, and we appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me tonight.